this is Ruth, and this is my second video. Um, and this is week 20. I had gastric bypass surgery on February 9th, 2009, and a little recap of that. I went to the hospital the day before surgery, a couple days before. They changed my check-in time from 8 o'clock to 5:30, which was great, actually, because what are you going to do in the morning anyway? You're not going to sleep the night before. So I was up and out, went to the hospital by myself, which was my preference, and because what's anyone going to do? I checked in my effort to keep the type of surgery that I was having my business and almost no one else's. I was the first one in to check in, which surprised me. And of course, the person that checked me in was someone I know. So I'm sure she sees more than just me there as far as people that she knows. So I'm sure that her position is discreet. But I was like, oh great, this is great. Now everybody's going to know. So I went back and was weighed and got my gown on, went because I'm a female and I'm still having periods. I had to have a pregnancy. I had a urine test and then a blood test to make sure I wasn't pregnant. And once that was done, I was wheeled into surgery about 2 minutes to 8, so right on time. Or no, it must be 2 minutes to 7, excuse me. I was worried about getting up on the gurney. I was worried about getting up on the operating table. I was worried about, concerned about everything because it's very awkward. I'm heavy. I checked in at 360. I have a BMI of 71, which is the highest I've seen or even heard about. I don't generally have any health problems. However, just getting around had become increasingly more difficult. And I'm in a position where I'm out and at meetings. I own my own company and have to do what I have to do to get my job done. So the hospital the doctor does the surgery at is more sensitive to gastric bypass and obviously lap band patients. And they were great. They really were nice. And nothing was something they hadn't seen. Nothing was something they hadn't helped with. Nothing was something they hadn't done before. I actually was able to get from the gurney to the operating table without any problems, surprisingly. And they kind of cheer you on, so that was great. So I did that, and there was no counting down, no mask on my face, no 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All of a sudden, I woke up. I was gagging when I woke up, and I learned what that little pink kidney-shaped dish is for. It tucks right under your chin, and you're able to regurgitate right into it. And I'm not even sure that I even threw anything up. I was just really nauseated, which was a sign of things to come because I was nauseated most of the first 8 weeks. I woke up. I remember only that, waking up. I don't remember even going into my hospital room. They offered me pain medication. I was willing to take as much pain medication as they were willing to offer me. And I know I needed sleep. It was probably about, I would suspect it was noon by the time I got back. They said my surgery, they estimated the surgeries between 1.5 and 3 hours. My surgery was right at an hour and a half, which was good. I have lost 60 pounds since surgery date, and 60 pounds since surgery date, and a total of 91 pounds since August of 2008, when my doctor said, if you don't want me to have to cut you open during the course of the laparoscopic surgery, you need to lose some weight, because the first place you lose the weight is near your liver. And we have to get behind your liver or around your liver to do the surgery. So that kind of convinced me. I didn't want to have to be recovering from 2 surgeries and not have all those sutures or whatever, sutures probably only. Anyway, I didn't want to have to deal with that. So that kind of panicked me into losing weight. The first evening when they got me up, and I realized I should have gotten up before then, however I didn't, and they were giving me those, and I'm sure a lot of you have had it, heparin shots. I carry a lot of my weight below my waist. My legs are huge, and it's kind of a familial thing, although certainly not this large. And it's because of that they couldn't put those pressure bandages on my legs, but they put them on my feet, which they said worked as well. And the idea is to keep your feet moving and your circulation going. They got me up late that night, actually early the next morning, and they were taking blood pressure and giving me the heparin shot. Well, you're not supposed to give heparin shots. It's not that you're not supposed to, but the heparin is to keep your blood from clotting. However, I didn't realize I was bleeding inside. And when they took my blood pressure, and well, first of all, I got up off the bed, and they were standing next to me, and I remember standing up next to the bed. That's all I remember till I woke up, and there was like 12 big, huge guys standing around me in bed, and I was way up on my bed, and apparently I had fainted. And when they started taking my blood pressure, I was 84 over 56 or 54. So never having had a blood pressure problem, they pretty much were all over me at that point. I remember hearing someone do we call cardiac care, and the nurse was saying, "Oh no, she doesn't have it. Her heart's fine. It's her blood pressure that's the problem." So they called the doctor, and turned out I was bleeding inside somewhere from surgery or from stitches or something. So they immediately got me off the heparin, and I ended up having 2 blood transfusions, which absolutely, I think, the whole situation put me back a few days. As a matter of fact, instead of going home on Wednesday, I checked it on Monday. Instead of going home Wednesday morning, I ended up going home Friday morning. They had physical therapy come and get me out of bed after that. The next 2 visits. And so in case I fainted, there wouldn't be an issue. I guess they're supposed to be able to catch me, which would surprise me, or at least help me get down to the ground. They put this big leather belt around your center, and they pull you up and hold on to it. But I was in a walker, and I had a person on either side, and actually I was fine. Once I got the blood transfusion, as a matter of fact, they kept saying to me, slow down, don't walk so fast. Well, it doesn't seem fast when you're in a walker, but it didn't seem fast at all to me, except I was exhausted, which I think is not uncommon. They also, surprisingly enough, left a sponge in one of my places, and they're supposed to take things out, and if you're having a period or anything, they, I don't know what they do, but I've heard that they, you wear a pad. The next day when I got up to take a shower, I thought it was very odd, and I could feel something. They said, no, there's nothing there. And I said, oh, yes, there is. Oh, yes, there is. Or I guess when I went up to get to the bathroom, because they had a catheter in me for about 24 hours or so, which I thought was great, because I didn't have to bother getting up. But when I actually got up the following afternoon to take a shower and go to the bathroom, I realized I had something left in me, so I guess they got written up because of that. The doctor was very defensive. I didn't touch it down there, but, it was about the size of had like a popsicle stick with a big sponge on it that they put on me. And, it wasn't like it was in my incision or anything, so, I don't know. I was surprised, actually, I didn't get a report from the hospital about it. So I don't know if they just disposed of it and didn't report it, but they appeared to be concerned about that, because one of those things that happens. So I ended up, because of the blood in my stomach, and my stomach ended up being so distended, although you could hardly tell, and hard, and bright purple and black and blue, and I ended up gaining 17 pounds when I was in the hospital, which was kind of exactly opposite what I was supposed to do, but, I guess that happens too, because of all they did not take the saline grip out of me till the moment I was leaving. That was kind of an interesting experience. I kept calling it the Hospital Hilton, but their room service was certainly horrible. They have, they sent me cherry jello, which was absolutely awful, and, broth, and I ended up drinking water, and that was it. I knew I wasn't going to starve to death in the hospital. What else? 10 minutes. Oh, 10 minutes. I've got to go. Oh boy. Next, I think it's 10 minutes. Now I'm confused. Next video.